Imagine a dog wearing sunglasses captioned "Deal with it." We're stepping into the delightful realm of animal memes, a place where our furry, feathered, and even scaled friends become the stars of the internet. Memes, those humorous images or videos that spread like wildfire, have found a special niche in the animal kingdom. Why? Because who can resist a cat in a box or a bird dancing to music? They're just too good not to share. Prepare for some belly laughs as we dive into the world of animal memes. Scene script. First up, the undeniable kings and queens of the internet, cats. They are the perfect blend of sass, indifference, and a pinch of mischief, which makes them the unofficial mascots of the internet. Whether they're perched high on a shelf, knocking over that expensive vase you just bought, or giving you that "I'm superior" look, cats never fail to make us laugh, gasp, and occasionally facepalm. Now let's talk about their knack for making the most ridiculous faces. Picture this, a cat with a face that screams, "I've seen things you wouldn't believe," or the one with a smirk that says, "I'm plotting world domination." These furry comedians don't even have to try. Their expressions are like a meme goldmine. And what about those moments when they're caught red pod? You walk into the room to find your cat with its head stuck in a jar of peanut butter. Instead of helping right away, you grab your phone and capture the moment. Because, let's be honest, the internet needs more cat memes. Or those times when they're just downright defiant. You buy them a luxurious cat bed, but where do they choose to sleep? On your laptop keyboard, of course. Or when they decide to turn your favorite rug into their personal scratching post. It's like they know exactly how to push our buttons, but we love them anyway. Lastly, let's not forget their classic cat-titude. They can be as aloof as the queen, and yet we still can't resist their charm. They might ignore us for hours on end, but the moment they curl up on our lap and start purring, all is forgiven. Cats, am I right? Always up to something. Their unpredictable antics, their nonchalant attitude, and their absolutely hilarious expressions make them the unofficial mascots of the internet. They've got us wrapped around their little paws, and we wouldn't have it any other way. After all, what's the internet without a little feline fun? Next, we have our loyal and often hilarious best friends, dogs. Now, who among us hasn't had a good laugh at the quirky antics of our canine companions? From their tail-chasing escapades to their confusion at their own reflection, dogs are the comedic gift that keeps on giving. Let's start with the classic, a dog chasing its own tail. It's like a never-ending comedy show. You've got to admire their determination, but it's like they've forgotten they're chasing a part of themselves. It's like watching a furry, four-legged version of a self-improvement guru. They're always chasing after something just out of reach. And what about those dogs who are utterly bamboozled by mirrors? There's nothing quite like watching a dog bark at its own reflection, convinced it's found a new adversary. It's the canine equivalent of arguing with oneself, and it's an absolute hoot. If only they knew the other dog is just as scared as they are. Then there are the dogs who think they're professional athletes. You know, the ones they'll leap, dive, and somersault for that frisbee, only to miss it entirely and land in a heap of fur and confusion. It's like watching a blooper reel of a sports event, but with more fur and drool. Or how about those dogs who are convinced they're lapdogs no matter their size? There's nothing quite like a full-grown Great Dane trying to curl up on your lap like a chihuahua. It's a comedy of errors that ends in a pile of squished humans and one blissfully unaware dog. And let's not forget the dogs who have a personal vendetta against the mailman. It's like watching a daily soap opera where the villain is anyone who dares to deliver letters to the house. The drama, the suspense, the barking. It's a one-dog show that never fails to entertain. Who knew man's best friend could also be man's best meme? Now, let's take to the skies with our next category, birds. From parrots to pigeons and sparrows to seagulls, these feathered friends have a knack for tickling our funny bones with their quirky behaviors. Let's start with parrots, the undisputed masters of mimicry. You've probably seen that viral meme of a parrot squawking back at itself in the mirror. Yes, that's right, it saw its own reflection and decided to have a full-blown conversation. Talk about a bird with an identity crisis. Then we have the sparrows, tiny as they are. They're full of character. There's a meme of a sparrow looking into a camera with a look that screams, "Are you talking to me?" Well, yes, little sparrow, we are. And your attitude is nothing short of hilarious. And oh, the pigeons, the city dwellers who've mastered the art of food theft. There's a meme where a pigeon is seen strutting off with a whole slice of pizza in its beak. Now that's a bird who knows how to seize the day. And the pizza. Let's not forget the crows, the feathered Einsteins. There's a meme of a crow using a lid as a snowboard sliding down a roof with the grace of an Olympic athlete. It's their world. We're just living in it. And lastly, the seagulls, notorious for their food-snatching skills. Picture this. A seagull swoops down, grabs a hot dog straight from someone's hand and takes off. The audacity! But you can't help but laugh at their boldness. Birds, they're the feathered comedians of the sky, always ready to put on a show for us. They may not always play by the rules, but that's exactly what makes them so amusing. Whether they're squawking at their own reflection, stealing food, or showing off their problem-solving skills, they never fail to ruffle our feathers with their antics. Birds, always ruffling our feathers with their antics. Finally, we venture into the wild for our last category, wild animals. Now, you might think that comedy is a strictly human affair, but let me tell you, the animal kingdom begs to differ. We've laughed at our pets, but the untamed comedians out there in the wilderness are a whole different ballgame. Let's start with our furry, acorn-loving friends, the squirrels. They're known for their hoarding habits, but some of them take it to another level. Picture this, a squirrel, belly round with acorns, struggling to squeeze into its tree hole. The lengths they'll go to for winter preparation, it's like watching a slapstick comedy unfold. Next, we have the monkeys, our closest relatives in the animal kingdom. They're known for their intelligence, but let's not forget their knack for making faces that could give Jim Carrey a run for his money. Imagine a monkey sitting atop a tree making faces at a passing bird. The audacity, the hilarity, it's pure comedic gold. Moving on, we have the big cats. You'd think these majestic creatures are all about power and prowess, but sometimes they're just oversized kittens. Picture a full-grown lion chasing its own tail, or a tiger slipping while trying to make a graceful leap. It's a reminder that even the kings of the jungle have their goofy moments. And let's not forget the birds. From parrots mimicking human speech to penguins waddling around, the avian world is full of comedians. Imagine a parrot repeating the lyrics of a hit song, or a penguin tripping and sliding on its belly. It's a laugh riot. As we've seen, the wild is not just about survival. It's also about those moments of hilarity that remind us of the lighter side of life. From squirrels and monkeys to big cats and birds, these untamed comedians keep the laughter alive in the wilderness. Wild animals proving that the animal kingdom has a sense of humor. Now, let's jog our memory with the funniest memes of the day. We've laughed, we've chuckled, and we've certainly roared at the comedic gold mine from the wild kingdom of the internet. The unofficial mascots of the internet kicked off our journey, where cats showed us their 9 lives are full of whimsy and unparalleled sass. Their perfect punchlines and feline follies had us grinning from ear to ear. Then, the comedic canines bounded into the scene with their tail-wagging antics and puppy-eyed pranks. From fetching fails to howling hilarities, our 4-legged friends proved once again why they are man's best friend and comedy partner. Our feathered funnies swooped in next, ruffling our funny bones with their airborne antics and chirpy chortles. Whether it was a parrot mimicking a phone ring or a peacock prancing with misplaced pride, these birds of a feather certainly laughed together. And how could we forget the untamed comedians, the wild and wacky world of the animal kingdom? From mischievous monkeys to sly snakes had us hooting with laughter. Their unpredictable pranks and untamed humor were truly the king of the comedy jungle. If you've got a favorite moment or meme, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, spread the joy, and let's keep the laughter going. After all, a day without laughter is a day wasted. Remember, laughter is the best medicine, especially when it's served up by our furry, feathered, and scaled friends.